Was there?
So it ended badly.
Did anyone approach you about doing wrestling commentary again after WCW?
No.
Yeah.
Well, Vince never will. You know, a lot of people have approached me. How come you're never at WrestleMania when all the old timers come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
You notice I'm never there.
Right.
Well, the reason is, see, if Vince uses it and makes money, then he has to pay me.
Right. Right.
So he's not going to bring me there and show me at a WrestleMania, and then if he even shows my likeness or anything about me, he then has to, that tape, I have to get a certain percentage from it.
So have they just updated their contracts so that other announcers can't receive royalties? Is that what happened?
I think so. I don't know for certain.
Yeah.
I didn't work for him, so I don't know. But I heard he put in a Jesse Ventura clause that they all have to give up their rights.
Yeah.
And they forsake them. Well, see, Vince could have won the case, but here was the problem. It turned out to be quantum merit. When you sit down to negotiate with someone, the law says you can expect to be told the truth during those negotiations. Well, Vince wasn't truthful because I would always ask, and then later my agent, Barry Bloom, we would always ask, what about videotape royalties? Because I got paid for them in Hollywood. Vince kept saying, I don't pay royalties. Well, had that been true, he'd have won.
Okay.
No one requires him to pay them. But here's where I beat him. During Discovery, we found out that Hogan, Cyndi Lauper, Mr. T, and a few other people were collecting royalties.
Okay.
So it was certain people were getting them, and then they would lie to everybody else.
Yeah.
And I remember being on the stand, and my attorney saying to me, Mr. Ventura, had you known, and he went down the list of people who were getting royalties, would you have agreed to work without getting royalties? And I said, no, I would not have. If I knew they were getting them, I would want them too.
Right.
And that's what won the case, the fact that Vince lied. And Mr. T and Hogan, Cyndi Lauper, I can't remember other people, were all getting paid videotape royalties. Why? The majority of them came from mainstream, where you do get paid for it. And in order for Vince to get Mr. T, he had to give in to that.
Yeah. So
well, that cost him against me then.
Right. So in hindsight, could have then other guys like Bobby Heenan and those guys, before the contracts were changed, could have went back and sued as well, right? Or had the statute of limitations run up?
I don't know if they could have. I'm not sure if they could have because I never signed a contract with Vince.
Okay.
They all did.
Oh, it was just like a handshake deal?
Yeah.
Wow.
I never signed nothing. I own the copyright to Jesse the Body Ventura before I ever worked for Vince. And so when I came to work for him, I had the copyright, the government copyright to my likeness.
Yeah.
And I never I never drug tested. They came up to me one time and they said, Jesse, you got a drug test. Piss in a cup. I looked at the guy and said, Jesse, don't do that. I said, I'm innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah.
You have no probable cause. I don't piss in cups. And he said, everyone has to. And I said, fine, you go to Vince and you tell Vince Jesse's refusing. Never heard a thing more about it.
Yeah.
And I never urinated into a cup. I never was drug tested because they have no right to do that without collectively bargaining it with me. If they want me to submit to drug tests, then you have to bring it up when I do a deal.
Yeah.
You don't come in after the deal's happening and tell me I have to submit to you invading my body without probable cause.
Right.
If I'm not showing up on time and I'm doing a horrible job because I'm drunk, stoned, or something else, then you have probable cause. But I don't think anyone could say Jesse Ventura never performed at his top ability.
Right.
So where's your probable cause?
Right.
No, I never, and I got Bruno going on that. Yeah. Oh, God, was that fun. The next day after the drug test, we're waiting to go to the next TV, and me and Bruno. And I looked at Bruno outside the hotel. I said, Bruno, did you take a drug test yesterday? Bruno looks at me and says, of course I did. Everyone had to. I said, Bruno, you got to be kidding me. I didn't. I said, you got to be kidding me. The great Bruno Sammartino, and they're going to make you submit to peeing in a cup to prove you don't do drugs?
Right.
Oh, God, Bruno was so angry, I don't think he ever did one again. Because once it set in, Bruno, it took a while to get through to Bruno. Mm-hmm. But once you did, Bruno understood.
Yeah.
And I told him, Bruno, they have no right. Look at who you are. Mm-hmm. You're Bruno Sammartino. Why are you peeing in a cup?
And he was in his 50s then, too, right?
Oh, Bruno been around forever.
Yeah. Man.
And I got Bruno. Bruno's hopping mad. Especially when he found out I didn't do it.
Yeah, wow.
I said, I didn't do it. I said, I ain't going to do it. They have no right to, unless they collectively bargain it.
Yeah.
They have no right to ask you to submit to any type of testing of your body.